Namaste, divine beings. Renaissance is a past history in time when there was the flow of creativity with many in mastery of what they did. In today's meditation, let's tap into the super creative mode, the super mastery mode that is waiting to be the vibrancy of our each moment experience. Edison was a prolific inventor. He was asked, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times? And his response was, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention of 1,000 steps. This is the power of resilience, the knowing that inspires us to be able to transcend the limits of life challenges. Now, in our meditative journey today, let's set ourselves into motion with the freedom of having dissolved away the obstacles that lays in our pathway, to allowing us to shine the potential. Karma comes in so many forms. In so many ways we are bound in karma. But what actually keeps us from tapping into whom we are is related by the elephant story. And that is when the elephant was little, it was tied by an ordinary rope. And later when it becomes big, it could very easily break the shackles and walk away free. And yet in its mind, it is reminded that it is not possible, because its mind has been trained to know that. That is a form of karma. So when we go through life, every time we get defeated, every time we fail, it is like a traumatic web holding us back. Likewise is the karma that comes from time alignment. When we are the I identification, we are running the full course of the karmic imprints. The moment we step into the we, the moment the I has given up the karmic imprints, we have now moved ourselves above being bound by fate enough to create our destiny. The third dimension that holds us back is collective karma. When we live together as family, when we are together in a society, when we live together in a nation, when we live as global citizens, as humanity, there is a karma. And that too needs to be unshackled. So, let's begin the journey. The first is to know that we need to be the core harmony of peace, love, and vibrancy at all times. When we are in the core vibrancies, no matter whatever might be the external realities, we are able to go back into the core realities, drink the nectar of harmony, and see for ourselves the perception from wisdom, and allow for the experience that creates the realities of harmony desired. This core harmony is difficult to attain just thinking we can have a blank mind. When we have a reality such as a house that is burning, at this point in time, having an empty mind and not being able to do anything about this is going to create more stress. So how do we resolve this? We know that there is a power, an infinite power, a power of light that holds us from the creation, from the preservation, and from our journey. This power is so important to hold. And when we hold this like a baby monkey clinging on to its mom, it's like breath clinging on to the breath beyond breath. It is as all our effort now with Source God. Now we are tuning into that higher vibrancies, and whatever the reality is external to us too will align itself to the vibrancies we are with. So, would like to share with you the Siddha Mandiram, SIVA SIVA, a simple mantra, SIVA SIVA, that contains all of the light that enables us to be the core harmony. Siddha mantras are particularly powerful because it is energy field of transfer through many enlightened beings who held the focus of Source for years together, and now in the resonance they are coming as they are blessings for us to awaken through the mantra grace. SIVA SIVA. C is the principle of momentum, dynamic. C, the sound Sa, is momentum. E is the goddess in all. The divine feminine is E. So when you say C, it is allowing the flow of experience, allowing the flow of reality, allowing the flow of time. Va is the experience. Va is the now. Va is the Guru above the navel. Va is the invocation of light to come. And Ah is the pillar of light to be. Ah is timelessness. Ah is the eternal prayer of being the light. SIVA SIVA. In all the ancient Lord Shiva temples are primordial lineage of mothers and fathers, the Siddhas, teach us that there is one mantra enough to take us to enlightenment and journey beyond enlightenment, and in a moment receive the grace to be the we, and that is the mantra SIVA SIVA. So let's say the mantra and begin the mantra from the roots and allow this mantra to connect up to the chakra above the crown. SIVA, In this mantra we are creating a light. We are creating a pillar of light. As we create the pillar of light, allow ourselves to be the infinite grace experienced by the finite of being, the mind, the realities we are in. Much of the times, stress happens when our breath has given way and the mind is now in its ups and downs, especially the downs. And circumstances has put us in this place. Mostly, we are sad for a good reason or anxious for a good reason. All this that is causing us anxiety, worries, allow this light of SIVA SIVA to dissolve away. When we are under shackles of worry, it is hard to be creative. When we are weighed down by human realities, we unshackle ourselves by going into the light and allowing our light to move all that good, bad, ugly into us. We are surrounded by spirits, good, bad and ugly. All of that, converge it into our light and transform the darkness to light. Any being around us, any negative energy around us, any negative circumstance around us, invite it into the light, dissolve it into the light, and by dissolving any energy into light, we are now the Guru. The Guru is one who awakens. When we are a light, we awaken realities. So, condense all that which is around us. From the material world and the spiritual world, the spirit world, bring it into the light and allow that transformation to be light. light blessings in our cell, every cell in our body. Feel the light blessings of us being the spirit. Feel the light blessings of us being the cosmic divine. SIVA is the male and female within the mantra. C contains the infinite infinity, and E the goddess's energy, time and matter. C. Va is the goddess, and A is the masculine principle of SIVA. So, within SIVA is the oneness of the male and the female, the god and the goddess, on two layers. So when you say SIVA, now as the pillar of light, we are now beginning to align time. Astrology has a science within it. From Gautama Buddha's birth as Siddhartha that was foreseen by the astrologer, to nearly every function in India is worked alongside with astrology. There is the good time and the bad time based on the karmic flow. And yet all the time of bad or challenging time that we have can definitely be realigned in this simple process. And that is acknowledging Jupiter, acknowledging the Guru light, acknowledging the light of consciousness and holding that light of consciousness. When we go towards Christ, our sins are dissolved because that's the Guru, Jupiter. So, for now, think of all the masters whom we have connected with. The more, the merrier. Invite all the masters to be with us. Now when you say the mantra, let all the masters descend as in beingness within us. What also holds us back is collective karma. This collective karma once again can be negated by knowing we are whom we are, by recognizing that we are the sum total of millions of births and deaths. How many fathers and mothers have we had? How many sisters and brothers? How many associations and relationships we've had? All of this is negated from, not negated, sorry. All of this is aligned to our vibrancies. So, as in one moment we are uplifting everyone who are connected with us while uplifting ourselves. This is from us to think of whom am I? That I, who am I, begins with the time before our birth and continues after our death. It has been doing so for millions of years. That I. So, that space before our birth and that space after our death, feel the light, the pillar of light, and be that eternal being witnessing this life. Now, whenever we are confronted with challenges in our life, it causes stress only because the I identification. The moment we are able to understand we are the spirit, and this spirit has had so many lifetimes, and here we are experiencing this challenge, we are able to transform it to an opportunity. Many times we fail, and at that time of failure it's painful, but later we realize, oh my God, thank God I failed, otherwise I would not have this absolute happening. So, to understand this dimension of being the spirit, as we say the mantra, affirm, I am, I am, I am. When doing our heart's work, when in the mode of joyful states of inspiration, we are now transcending the normal mind and entering and becoming the supermind state of Turiya. In this supermind state of Turiya is a heart singing. So what makes the heart sing? When something beautiful is happening in the external world, the heart sings naturally. But when we allow our heart to sing through, no matter what the challenges are, realities too will correspond to blossoming. So let's go to our heart chakra and let's sing from the heart and know that from the innermost states of joy, everything is okay. Those going through a lot of grief and suffering, know this too will pass. Those going through the challenges of realities, know that solution is always there before us coming. Every moment is a miracle. So let's simply allow our heart to sing. When it's singing, connect to the mighty light of infinity. Connect to all the masters, all the beings of light. Let them be with us. Let all sing through our heart. I to we. Now we are the light of consciousness of all the beings of light. When our heart is singing, when we are inspired, as in the joys of being, when we have forgotten time and timelessness has taken us over, we are in the states of Turiya, the supermind. Now, all our genius shines. We are love-making too, with source, with realities, whatever might be our circumstances. We are simply the higher vibrancies, moving realities, lifting ourselves, lifting all of humanity, lifting all of life. So in this, feel the supermind states of consciousness. Feel the chakra above the crown, and know there are 18 chakras above the crown. Now when you say the mantra, connect to those 18 layers of light and connect to that even beyond that. When we see the depiction of most temples, of beings with 10 heads, 100 heads, that is in reality the states of superconsciousness that exist within each of us. So when you're saying the mantra, going beyond as spirit in the higher layers of consciousness, know we are the many as one and receive that grace light within ourselves. Now, the greatness of light that we experience and the greatness of light of being is in aligning time to timelessness. Our short life is contained by time, and yet we are that infinite timelessness. So, bring forth all the super creativity, the super energy, the super light of whom we are into time. Look at time, worship time, know that this day has X number of hours. And within that X number of hours, set a plan to doing what you need to do. Set time. And allow the mind to look at time, because here is where focus of the mind is. When we meditate, we've trained our mind to be in focus for a long period of time. And when we bring ourselves to time, we are like a magnifying glass converging sunlight into fire. Likewise, when we are allowing our yogic mind to come into focus like an eagle, manifestation is at ease. We are the master, allowing for the genius of reality is to happen. So, bring ourselves into time, bring ourselves into reality, knowing that all the dimensions of reality is held by time, and that time is ours. Now, when we embed timelessness in time, we are the flow. While we have brought our entirety of focus into one singular point, and knowing that we've got all of the realities in many, many, many dimensions, all to resolve, within ourselves is the giant ball of energy, the flow. Flow is so vital as the momentum that simply manifests, creates, and moves the energies around us. At all times when we are in the flow, we are rejuvenating. At all times in the supermind state, when we are in the flow, we are bringing heavens to realities as we unfold each thought. Wisdom creates heavens. And from the angelic realm of thought, we are the potency of human heart work. We are the potency of doing, the potency of each thought. So, allow the flow to be. Whatever is impeded in the flow, simply allow a light to shine on it and let that be converged in the light. Divine beings, let all that which we are, the grandness of the light, be our realities. Through this SIVAA meditation, may the higher vibrancies of light allow our inner sun to shine, and let all the limitations, challenges be opportunities and blessings. SIVA, 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 SIVA. Grateful for the moments we shared together. To learn more or to connect with Nandhiji, email us awake@nandhi.com, NANDHI.com, or visit our website nandhiji.com, NANDHIJI.com. In grace, in blessings, as one. Om Namah Shivaya.